Good afternoon, RVN TV viewing audience. I am your host today, Brett O'Donnell, and with me is a wonderful, wonderful guest who I had the pleasure of meeting not too long ago in Wildwood, and I've tasted so many of his great products, and I've bought one and used it immensely, and we're going to talk about all those great products. Today I bring you Emery Golston, owner of Major Flavor Seasonings. Great to see you again.
Thanks for having me, Brett. Doing great. Great.
So we were having some fun for the show.
Right.
now we got to get to business.
Absolutely.
This is business time.
Absolutely.
Major Flavor.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, the whole title of the company started because that's the most important part of the dish that's missing. Because you get a lot of people that have a lot of different seasonings, sauces, and they doused the food with it, trying to bring in the flavor. Instead of bringing in the flavor, they cover it. And the flavor is supposed to, seasoning and sauce is supposed to be used to enhance the flavor, enhance the chicken or vegetables or whatever you're cooking, not covering it. So you're not supposed to just taste the seasonings and the sauces. So that's where the name came about, because that's the most important part of the dish, flavor. And a lot of people miss out on it.
It's unfortunate. I've had some. let's just say I've had some okay meals. To all those people out there.
Absolutely.
But some okay meals because people just cover their food and whatever they think. I know the big one that bothers me personally is cumin in beef. I know my buddy likes to. I don't think beef needs a lot. You need that salt and pepper when you're putting a burger on the grill. But you got people putting just tons of half a bottle of cumin in because I want it to taste more exotic. So I threw the cumin in. You don't need that. You need this to bring that flavor. And I think having had some of your spices, I could definitely say you're true to the name. It's a major flavor that I'm getting in my shrimp, my beef, my chicken, everything that you told me to.
Absolutely.
So let's start with how did Major Flavor Seasonings come to be? Where did you start, and how did we get to right here in this wonderful studio?
Well, the funny thing about it, I'm a home cook, and I've been cooking since I was 6 years old.
Oh, wow.
Because my grandmother always told me as I was growing up, she said, boy, two things you better learn. You better learn how to cook, you better learn how to sew. If you don't know how to do that, you're gonna wind up marrying a lady that don't know how to cook, don't know how to sew, so you'll be eating a jelly sandwich with holes in your britches.
Oh God.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good skills to pick up.
Absolutely.
Very smart words from the grandmother.
Absolutely. But my mom, she was great with cooking and experimenting, and I pretty much hover behind her, learned the basics. I was making grilled cheese sandwiches, age 6, went from there, graduated to spaghetti and meat sauce, and learned to play around with different types of seasonings and sauces. And my mother turned me loose, and my grandmother put me to work. So I did a majority of the cooking, and then it was a hobby. Did a lot of cooking. Matter of fact, my lovely wife, also business partner, when we were dating, the first meal I prepared for her was Szechuan chicken and beef teriyaki.
That's a good meal for a first date.
But it was a hobby. Of course, I was in banking for about over 8 years and did a little dabbling, different types of sauces, seasonings. The first rub I made was with my daughter. We made the Memphis rub, and we did some barbecue sauces. I played around with some hot sauces, and then we started doing this seasonings on the side. Back in May 2 years ago, started doing it part time. So of course, the whole issue with banking, corporate America, got laid off.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but the thing, it was actually a blessing in disguise. So it was like the good Lord gave me a kick in the keister, get out there and go full time. Yeah. And my wife was like, why don't you do this full time? Because I was thinking, in the beginning, I was thinking about doing a food truck, but that'd have been too much time away from the family. Yeah. So the Lord used my wife as an instrument, do the seasonings. Yeah. We can scale the business and be able to manage the time. Yeah. So, been doing it full time with my lovely wife and daughter. We started off with 10 flavors. First, we said we're gonna do 4. So we're gonna do 4, just 4 flavors, 4 basic flavors. And me, I like doing it big, and she's like, well, go for it, let's go. Major Flavor Seasonings pretty much took off.
Man, that is wonderful. It's great, that optimism, because I know a lot of people who, if they had that type of misfortune just kind of thrown on them, just being laid off, it's almost like, well, where do I go from here? But you had that. You saw that as a sign. That's a really great thing. That's a testament to the kind of great quality person that you are and the great quality that you put into your work. And
Thank you.
And it's something that is just kind of, it's endearing. And I think people watching that's going to be like, oh, well, we know that he's not just doing this he's not just doing this for the money. You're doing because it was a sign of something you had to do. And that's, like I said, that's just absolutely endearing.
Thank you.
And you're out at different events. What kind of places would people normally find? Like, where did you start going to? Like, what was that first time where you're like, I have my product, I have my plan, I'm ready to do it? Where did you go to?
Well, our first start was at the farmers market, Albany Farmers Market in Albany, Maryland, on Sundays. We first started to introduce the seasonings. And the thing about the seasonings is all natural. It's vegan, even the way it's stored. And it pretty much took off. At first, we weren't doing samples at first because we just started. People come by, smell the seasonings, they like it. Hey, I want to try it. Some people would actually sprinkle some in their hand, and it pretty much took off from there. Then, of course, I was doing craft. Then we moved to craft shows. We started doing Wildwood. Wildwood was a normal thing for us. Yeah. But then the little birdie, like I said, the Lord works in a mysterious way. He actually talked to one of the vendors. The vendors would say, hey, why don't you have something that they can taste? Not everyone can actually do the seasonings in their hands. So we decided to go with the bread. Right. And my perspective about using the bread with the seasonings, it's like giving you a blank canvas.
Yes.
You go home in the kitchen, you're the artist. You know exactly what you want to put your seasonings on. Pretty much open up that side of the brain to show your creativity. Because if I put it on chicken, beef, or whatever, that one side just only going to think about that particular thing.
Yeah.
So
it really gives you the ability to kind of see where the possibilities. Because bread, everyone knows what bread tastes like. You can kind of take that out of it. And I know that's what I did when I first tasted it.
Right.
And you just get all that flavor. Now, we got to hold on just for a little bit. I'm having fun learning about how we got here.
Absolutely.
We're going to be talking about all your wonderful products when we come back after this short break here on Midday.
thank you.
RVN TV is a platform for people of any industry to share their story. Over 285,000 viewers are tuning in to RVN TV shows monthly. We guarantee a great experience that you'll be sharing with everyone you know while increasing your personal and company's brand awareness. But what is your brand? According to Forbes, it's a combination of your logo, your product, your design and feel, and your personality. Did you know that aside from being a guest, we offer even more opportunity to boost your brand? Adding your company logo and website on screen during your interview will allow viewers to recognize your brand instantly. Incorporating images and video clips is another great way to showcase your product during your live segment. Let viewers see how good you really are. And most importantly, there's you and your interview. For less than the cost of a newspaper, direct mail, or a magazine ad, you can leave our studio and within 48 hours have a permanent digital copy of your live segment to link to your social media, embed into your company website, or use in email marketing. Investing in your brand is so very important, and we can't wait to have you as a guest.
Welcome back. I'm here with Emery. We're talking about his wonderful, wonderful flavors
Thank
that
you.
are major flavor seasonings.
Thank
Great
you.
company.
Thank you.
Now, we talked about you, we talked about the business. Let's talk about the star of the show, those seasonings.
Absolutely.
And you brought a couple with us today.
Yes.
One of which I'm very fond of, and I cannot stop bringing up because I keep on using it. But why don't you walk us through what you brought with us today?
Okay. I brought our top seller, Memphis barbecue rub, which pretty much have that component of sweet with a little heat to it. It's pretty much great on everything. I like to cook, I like to grill low and slow. But if those that don't have a grill can actually put in the oven as well. Ooh. And also another thing I discovered playing around with the seasoning, it's also great on roasted potatoes. Or if you have French fries, just sprinkle some on French fries.
You know what's funny? When I use, because Memphis barbecue is the one that I was so lucky to have, I actually did a shrimp boil with it.
Yes.
So I had the shrimp and those potatoes. When I took them out, that's all you could taste. You had that little hint, and you still taste the potato, but you still had that little sweetness and a little kick on the back end that I was such a fan of. So what else do you have with you?
Also have our number 2 seller, Wild Side.
Wild Side.
And the reason why it's called Wild Side, because it's Great on all proteins, including game, wild caught items. Also great on seafood, vegetables, soups, and spreads. You also can use it as a table seasoning along as a rub. So it's very versatile. It starts off savory, gets spicy, and it's like you're on that plane. You got that smooth flight, then you go a little turbulence a little bit.
That's everyone's favorite part of a flight, is that little bit of turbulence.
Absolutely.
They always remember the turbulence.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
And also we have 2 new ones. At one point we had our spiciest flavor being chipotle pepper, which got dethroned by blazing fire.
Oh wow.
At one of the markets that I worked at, a lot of guys like, chipotle pepper's not hot, bring the heat. I said, okay, I'll bring the heat. Don't go crying to your girlfriends. With blazing fire, it's we pretty much use peri peri peppers, which is pretty much the African bird's eye peppers.
Oh wow.
The heat on the scaling heat units is pretty much dead on. There's no range in between it. So it's up there with habaneros and Scotch bonnets.
Oh wow.
Which have the scaling units of 100,000 to 300,000 scaling units. But blazing fire, you get 175,000 scaling units, flat out. But even though the heat is intense and flavorful, you know what you're eating. So you don't have to tap the person on the shoulder, what were we eating? Because my taste buds are burned.
Yeah, that's a real important thing. I don't think a lot of places because I'm a big buffalo wing kind of guy.
Yes.
I love spicy food. I love eating all the spicy food, but the biggest downside to some of it sometimes is that they forget that it needs to taste good too.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's fun as a novelty. Like I've gone to some shows where I'll go up to guys who's just selling the sauce. I'm like, all right, let me get the hottest stuff you get. And I'm not tasting nothing for like the next 2 hours.
Right.
But you need to have that flavor. You still, because I want to enjoy what I'm eating. It's fun to have the spice, but if it doesn't have that little flavor, if I can't tell what I'm eating,
absolutely,
we might have a problem.
And you want that heat to coat the tongue and like grab the back of your throat.
Yeah.
That's it's a good heat. Yeah,
You
exactly.
want it to humble, you just want to put those 2 fingers there.
Absolutely, but you still know what you're eating.
Yeah.
And also the other one we have is our Sonoma Valley barbecue rub. We had a lot of people that said they couldn't have sugar in the rub, so we decided to accommodate them and use no sugar in it. With that, it's tangy. And the reason why it's tangy is because the orange zest that's in it. So you have orange zest, you have a little bit of the chili powder in there as well, no onion, garlic, black pepper,
All that good stuff.
salt, absolutely. And the beauty of it about being a rub, you can of course use it on anything, but it's great on a pot roast. I made a pot roast with some onions and carrots, and it made awesome au jus. Oof. So you have, with that, you pretty much can go either way with it.
You're killing me. Because even during the commercial breaks before we start, we're just talking about what we've been cooking. It's just like, yikes, man.
Well, that's why I tell a lot of people, eat something before they look at the photo gallery, because I don't want to get an email saying that my computer is broken. I'm like, why is it broken? I licked the screen.
Yeah.
Eat something.
You know what? I've been a victim of that. My computer screen's gotten glazed over a couple times.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking at someone's food. I'm like, oh dear God.
Yes.
It's interesting that you put the orange zest in there because that's not something that people always think to put in their food. Now people always watch when they watch the cooking shows. They're like, oh, the lemon zest or the lime zest.
Yes, absolutely.
But orange is just as good, and even just in general, some people don't think to use fruit with their food.
Yes.
I just made was it like a lemon pepper ribs on the grill. Just cooked them low and slow for a little bit with the lemon and just that little bit of lemon.
Absolutely.
With that little bit of cayenne and chili that I had on there, takes it to another level. So that, and it's great for people who can't have sugar. I know my mother has diabetes, so she's trying to, she used to love barbecue.
Right.
She used to love barbecue, but she can't eat it because of all the sugar. Her favorite thing was brown sugar-coated chicken, brown sugar ribs.
Absolutely.
And it's with something like this, that's a great, again, a testament to show that you're looking out for quality, because you're looking out for people who, for all the people. It's not just for like one section of people, because there are people who unfortunately can't have that as a product. But that's wonderful, and it's such a variety. I know, like you're saying, oh, this is all great on everything, but I mean, having tasted them before, like there's those little things that's just like have like a little army. They're all specialized for something.
Absolutely.
And that's great.
Yeah, I would say the Sonoma is excellent. Like what it's really strong at, beef and pork. Pork is one of those proteins that you can pair fruit with it with no problem. I also one time with a pork loin, I grilled some peaches with it. and
Really?
it really brings out the flavor.
I can imagine because it's kind of sweet with that little bit of tart.
Yes.
But with that pork, see, pork's great because when I cook pork, I try not to mask because I love that pork flavor, the little
Right.
fatty flavor that you get on
Absolutely.
it. And it's just, again, it goes back to what we were saying before. People just coat their meat with everything they can possibly think of, and you lose that flavor.
It gets lost.
Yeah, and I don't want to lose that. That's why I'm eating the pork. I'm eating the pork instead of the chicken
Absolutely.
because I want to taste pork.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's so great. Now, we were talking before, you actually have a couple flavors in the works as well, correct?
Yes, going to get a little more exotic.
Nice.
We're going to be visiting South America.
Ooh.
And a lot of times when I watch a lot of cooking stations and different competitions, and sometimes I come up with these ideas just hit me. So what I do, a lot of times what I do, I do a lot of tasting of the seasonings, and I'll put on my doggone mad scientist hat and throwing his hair, that hair, and play around with it till I actually come out with a component. The trip we're gonna be visiting Brazil.
Ooh, and is there any specific reason why we're going to Brazil?
My lovely wife.
Oh, there we
It's
go.
from Rio.
Nice little plug to your lovely wife.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, a little tribute to her dad as well.
Oh, wow.
Because some stuff that I cook, I actually learned by watching him as well as we were dating. My arch nemesis was rice.
Really?
Yes.
Any specific reason?
Always made, when you go to a Chinese restaurant, they got the sticky rice.
Yeah.
Well, let's say I mastered that. Everything was sticky rice.
Oh, wow.
But it got to the point, I watched the way he did it and was able to perfect that with no problem.
Wow.
And played around with different types of flavors. So I've been doing a little research on the background, like certain areas. Gonna be looking at the Brazilian cowboys, which are known as the gauchos.
Yes.
They do a lot of cooking, hot fire.
Yeah.
After that, we also going to take another trip and go to Asia.
Oh, wow. You're really getting a little
Absolutely,
diversity in there.
absolutely. Just like the Sonoma barbecue. First thing I was thinking, like, what do guys in the vineyards and all that know about barbecues? But as I looked further into it, what they used to do, they used to grill, cook out for their workers and the handlers. They used to you be heavy with the oranges, of course, little spices. I said, let me go ahead and play around with something. And Sonoma Valley, pretty much what it means is Valley of the Moon.
Oh, wow.
So they're just not just known as for their lush grapes and vineyards. They can throw down with barbecue too.
All right. We got to take a break because I am salivating here talking. So we got to get some rags to dab my tongue dry. 'Cause I'm just going to look like a mess if we don't stop now. So please stay tuned. We're going to be talking about maybe the future of Major Flavor Seasonings when we come back after these messages.
Did you see the sign?
When I needed to jumpstart sales.
Build attendance for an event.
Help people find their way. Fast Signs design new directional signage.
And got them back on track. Get started at fastsigns.com.
Hey everyone, this is Donna Valente, sales performance and leadership coach and founder of the Enterprise Sales Institute. Join me every Wednesday at 11 o'clock here with RBN TV on That Sales Show. On this show, we are going to share with you best practices in emotional intelligence, sales process, and sales strategy with some of the industry's biggest thought leaders. So, don't forget, 11 o'clock Wednesday here with RBN TV and That Sales Show.
Got a quarter?
Welcome back to Midday. We are here with Emery and his wonderful spices. We're having a lot of fun. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun.
Yes.
I don't know about you.
Absolutely.
I'm going nuts over these spices and all the food talk we're having. Now, we talked about the past. We talked about the present.
Yes.
Let's talk about the future of Major Flavor. What do you see on the horizon for Major Flavor Seasonings?
Sauces.
Sauces.
Absolutely. I have quite a bit of recipes that I've been working on as far as hot sauces and barbecue sauces, of course. We're going to stay true to the name as far as all natural flavors, no additives, no MSG. And of course, our big fans of vegans out there going to love it too.
Absolutely.
And we're going to have different flavors and tastes for everyone to enjoy.
Nice.
Right now, what I'm pretty much looking at to play around with some fruit.
Ooh.
We're going to also probably get into, because I don't drink, but if you give me a bottle of something, I figure a way to cook up something with it, that's for sure.
I know we were talking right before we got back, a little splash of bourbon for you, a little splash of tequila from mine.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Possibly, probably snacks as well.
Ooh.
My wife and I played around with roasting peanuts.
Ooh, that would make
And
too
we
bad.
actually infused the peanuts with our very own chipotle pepper.
Ooh.
So they gave it that nice, sweet, smoky
Yeah.
heat to it. We played around with it, did it in a couple of events. It was a big hit. Of course, we had some people that couldn't take heat, and we just had the sweet part of it with no heat.
Yeah.
But of course, like I told you about the alcohol, we did it up with bourbon. So we had bourbon peanuts.
Bourbon peanuts.
Absolutely.
He needs to go to the bar, drink the beers,
Absolutely,
get the peanuts, just mix them
yes.
together. It's just a more
Absolutely.
efficient way.
and the beauty of the bourbon peanut, even if the person that doesn't drink, they'll get that nice, distinctive caramel flavor to it. Absolutely.
That's great. I would almost imagine maybe popcorn be something
Popcorn?
to think about. Maybe I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm
Maybe
thinking about that
something
too.
about like dusting it with that season, because I know. Because I'm always in Wildwood.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of the chicky and peas popcorn.
Yes.
They dust in their crab thing. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if you maybe want to try and do your own little major flavor popcorn.
Oh, I
But
played around.
I know. I'll be there. I'll be there.
I played around.
Popping whole bags in my mouth at once.
Yes.
Man.
Guys, popcorn, I sprinkled a little, I played around with some seasoning, sprinkled some our Chesapeake Bay.
Ooh.
They had a little kick at the
Little bit of
end.
kick on tail.
Absolutely. And then also for those that wanted to watch the salt, I put our salt-free Creole.
New salt-free Creole.
Absolutely.
did not
Salt-free
know
Creole.
that.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm gonna have to get a bottle of that now because I'm trying to watch the salt. How much
Salt-free
do I love
Creole.
the salt?
Oh, yeah, we have other salt flavors. We also have a salt-free taco. Yes. Which we
Now,
use
now,
as a
now I
rub,
think
too.
it's making this up because we were talking before the break about making some tacos and such on
Absolutely.
my off time. I think you're just pandering to me.
Absolutely. Salt-free taco.
Wow.
You know, so we try to accommodate our customers with flavor. Either they can't have sugar, we got no sugar. They can't have salt, we have some with no salt. Wow. And for those that pretty much just need ideas, I'm full of ideas. Especially, I love interacting with the public, you know, because when you come over to our booth, you're like family. We're talking.
Absolutely. I could tell that you from experience. That's how I felt when I ran into you in Wildwood. I mean, you were just a beam of energy on the boardwalk, and it's kind of hard not to go over and talk to you and just get your information and bring you in.
Thank you.
Now, I'm enjoying learning so much, but we got to keep some secrets to you so that way people can
Absolutely.
come so we can surprise them down the line. But why don't you tell the viewers out there where they can contact you, maybe get your wonderful, wonderful products?
Absolutely. You can just go right on to our website, majorflavorseasonings.com. And I also have recipes there. I have a food gallery. And you also can like us on our Facebook page at Major Flavor Seasonings. And we're also on Instagram, Major_Flavor_Seasonings.
Wow. You got it going on. I am so excited to see Major Flavor grow with all this stuff. I know if you get the peanuts out there, I'll definitely be buying them.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's hope they can get them into some stores so that way more people
That's
can.
the next move.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get some people getting them in their little shopping carts and bringing them home so they can brag about them. Because I think word of mouth is going to be definitely one of the biggest things with
Yes.
Major Flavor. Well, again, Emery, it's been nice having you.
Been a
in.
pleasure, Brett. Thanks for
Hopefully
bringing
we
me
see
in.
each other again.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can talk food a
Yes.
little bit more, some more barbecuing.
Definitely.
Thank you for watching Midday. We'll be back with more great programming here on RVN TV.